After the bomb bugs went off one after another, the bioroids nearby got blown to pieces, but a split second later, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 suddenly felt a violent tremble behind him. It was Tessa. She'd shown up in a mech. 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 hadn't even had time to react, when the shoulder cannon already had him locked on. At that critical moment, the rain snake on 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲's shoulder suddenly leaped out, and took the fatal hit for him. Watching his partner die to save him, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 snapped. He went all out attacking the mech, but against this steel monster, his weapons did nothing. He nearly got crushed by the massive cutting gear. Right then, the man-eating vine in the crate was released. The moment the mechanical arm came swinging in, the vines wrapped around it and held it tight. 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 seized the chance and jumped onto the mech. He wanted to go straight for Tessa inside, but a split second later, a mechanical arm sent him flying. Watching the mech charge at him again, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 quickly ducked behind a transport vehicle, but a split second later, Tessa straight up lifted the transport vehicle with the mech. Strangely though, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 was nowhere to be found behind it. While Tessa was confused, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 suddenly dropped down from above and grabbed Tessa by the throat. But just as he was about to drag her out, Tessa sealed the hatch, locking 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 out.
How does it feel to be hunted?
A split second later, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 came charging in out of nowhere. Turns out 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 had snuck in disguised, took out the guards, and set 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 free. The most powerful creature on Death Star was about to go up against humanity's steel mech. The battle exploded instantly. 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 pounced on the mech and tore into it. Tessa fired up the massive steel gear and drove it straight into 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲's body. Under the crushing force of the machine, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 was lifted clean into the air. At the critical moment, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 destroyed the mech's power supply. The gear stopped dead. But right then, Tessa pulled out an ice grenade. She was going to take 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 out right there. Luckily at the last second, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 hurled his spear with everything he had. The spear knocked the grenade away and slammed straight into the mechanical arm. The powerless mech froze in place. 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 broke free and ripped the gear out of its own body. Then it smashed the steel mech into pieces. With the mech gone, Tessa tried to fight back with her shoulder cannon, but a split second later, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 swallowed her whole. What nobody expected was that Tessa detonated one last cryobomb. With a massive explosion, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 was blasted apart. As the smoke slowly cleared, Tessa appeared again. Before anyone could react, Tessa had her shoulder cannon aimed straight at 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲. At the very last moment, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 stepped in just in time. He took Tessa down for good and took back the shoulder cannon, completing the final hunt. In that moment, he had finally become a true predator. And now, 𝐏𝐫𝐞𝐲 would return to his tribe to take revenge on his father.